I am back live, and this time going live, I want to share the strategy that I have been doing with my day trading journey. I did start off as a scalper, and that has been a little bit of a journey. I haven't mastered the skill of scalping just yet, but I'm more comfortable with it. So, with me still working on that, I have gotten comfortable enough to try a different strategy. And that strategy is Robinhood options trading. And mainly, I'm just selling calls to collect the premium. The premium is what I live off of, and that's what I've been doing to make consistent income. So, I'm going to go ahead and just transition to that to show you exactly what it is that I have been doing on Robinhood. So, hopefully, this screen acts right because I'm not normally doing it this way, but we'll see. So as you can see, I have my Robinhood account pulled up. And looking at my Robinhood, right now, this is the account that I'm working with. I did just start this, I want to say about 4 weeks ago, this account 4 weeks ago. I'm trying to make the screen a little bit bigger, see if that will work. I don't know what that looks like for you, but hopefully it looks good. Okay, so I did start this account, I would say 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I wanted to try the strategy. So I took my day trading earnings and put it into here to see if this would be better for my account, or should I just go back to day trading. So the first 4 weeks I did awesome. I did great. And also I want to just walk through the process of what I did. So I went to this stock, which I learned about by just researching and trying to see what would be the cheapest way to get into this type of strategy. And there's a stock that I looked up. The ticker symbol is BBAI, and the price of it costs $2.74. So I managed to get, let's say, I'm not going to say the actual numbers that I got, but I did get 100 shares. In order to do this strategy, you have to have at least 100 shares of a particular stock. If you do not have 100 shares, then you have to wait until you accumulate them to go ahead and do this strategy. But this is a strategy that does require you to have 100 shares. So let's say I just purchased 100 shares of Big Bear AI. Okay, so I go to Big Bear AI, and what I want to do is I want to sell my shares. I want to put my shares on the market so someone can either buy my shares or buy the right to my shares at a particular price. And what that means is, for instance, if Big Bear or whatever this is, BBAI, is currently at 274, with my 100 shares, I can go in a contract that expires within 1 week. And I can either sell them higher than what it's currently trading for, or I can sell them lower for what it's currently trading for. So that's what my contract is. My contract is saying that if I do want to take a strike price a little bit higher than what it's currently trading at, that I would take my 100 shares, and I'm saying I think that this particular stock is going to continue to go up. So since I think it's going to continue to go up, I'm going to go ahead and get into a contract that says, hey, I believe BBAI is going to go up to $3. Currently, right now, it's at $2.74. I'm willing to sell my shares. It's kind of hard to say. Sell my shares at $3 as long as it continues to go up. And by the expiration date of August the 7th, let's say that it went up to maybe $3.05 or even $4. The person who's on the opposite end of that contract is agreeing that they're going to buy those shares from you for $3 per share. And if you're selling the contract, you're agreeing that you're going to sell it for $3 per share regardless if this went up. Now, on the opposite end, if you want to do let's say a discount rate, so you're at $2.50. Now you're saying is right now the price of BBAI is at $2.74. I think there's a possibility that it may go up or it may go down. I'm kind of neutral. I'm not sure. But what I'm willing to do is I'm saying that because I don't know if it's going to go up or down, I'll be willing to sell my 100 shares for $2.50, regardless if it goes up or if it goes down. But that deal is only good until August the 7th. After August the 7th, that deal's no longer good. So that's pretty much what we're doing. We're going into these contracts where we know that the share price is a certain price. but we have the option to go into a contract where we're either going to sell our shares for a higher price or sell our shares for a lower price. Since we're selling them by the hundreds, we get to collect what's called a premium. Now, what that means is that the buyer on the other end of this contract has a decision to make. At the end of the expiration date of the contract, which would be either the week, whatever you pick, maybe it's 2 weeks, but we're just going to keep it simple and stick with just the 1 week that we chose. The buyer at the end of that week has a decision on if he wants to go ahead and exercise that contract or not. If he decides to exercise the contract, then you're going to sell your shares for $3 per share if the price has gone up, and the buyer can sell it for that price. If not, then by the end of the week, he can exercise the right to buy it for the cheaper price. Because they're not going to make that decision until Friday, or they have until Friday to make that decision, you get to collect what's called like a reservation fee or like a holding fee. So let's say, again, for the example, that they decided to go with the higher contract. You would select the contract because this is the contract that you're going to select. You're going in for the $3 strike price, and it's going to expire by the 7th. The buyer of this contract has until that long to make a decision. So we're going to go in with one contract because, again, it's one contract per 100 shares. When we're picking a price on what we want to do, like what's the value of this contract, what I have been taught is just to go with the mark price. I have not researched this, but again, I'm just teaching you what I have been taught. So the mark price on this one is 0.055, and that's what I put. I just put whatever the mark price is because that's what I saw, and that's just, I'm copying and pasting. So if we were to do that, then the estimated credit that we would receive back is going to be $4.96 per for this contract. Okay, so when we look at that, let's see, review order. I got to keep up. I have to make sure I'm doing this right because I don't want to start this video all the way over. So this one says you should get a credit back of $4.96. So yeah, I actually did do this right. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm dealing with BBAI, and I never just do one contract of this because the contract is, or the share price is so cheap. Normally with this stock, I probably will do about 7 to 8 contracts. So let's just go through that whole process one more time with the amount of contracts that I probably use so you can understand it. So again, we're going to select that price, go to 6, and then what we want to do is go to continue, and let's just put in 6. So what that means is that 6 times 100. So this is 600 shares. Again, we're going to look for the mark price, and the mark price on that is going to be 0.05. So we're going to put in 0.05. Okay, so now you can see that we're going to get a $30 reservation fee just to hold this contract until Friday. Normally, what I like to do, for me, that's one way to do it. But what I like to do, and this is called an out of the money call because this is a strike price above the current price. Now, the in the money call is what I like to do better, is a little bit of a discount price. So now I'm looking at a contract where you're going to get a couple dollars or a couple of cents off per change. I'll sell it to you for $1.50. You know, I'm a hustler, whatever. I'll give it to you for the low. So I go in here and I'm going to select this contract because I want to sell it to you for $1.50 at the end of the week. You'll probably take it because it's cheaper if you really want to buy my stock. So then we're going to go here, and then let's just use the example again of 6. Let's say I had 600 shares, which again, 6 contracts, 6 times 100, 600 shares. Now you can see $846. That's my reservation fee. That's what I'm getting paid as soon as I decide that this is what I'm going to put up. And if a buyer wants to latch onto this contract and they have up until Friday to make the decision, that's fine, because I'm going to hold on to the $846 for a reservation fee while they're deciding. When they decide by Friday has come, I have probably spent my reservation fee, so that's not going back to them. But what is coming back to me is either my shares or the value, the monetary value of my shares. So if my shares come back to me, great. I'll put my shares back up the following week for another contract with another weekly expiration date do the whole thing over again, collect another $846. If I don't get my shares back and I get the monetary value back, I've lost a little bit of money because it's going to be whatever the monetary value is less than what the share price is. So if the share price is still trading at $2.79, at the end of the week, if they have exercised my contract, I'm getting back $1.50 per share. So there will be a little bit of a loss if that's how you decide to do it. Again, you can do it in the money or you can do it out of the money. Out of the money, you will not have a loss. You will either have a win because they're going to pay you the difference because your strike price is higher, or they're just going to give you the 100 shares back. So again, that's your two options. You either get paid the monetary value of the shares that you agreed on, which would be the strike price, or you're just going to get your 100 shares back. So this contract is only good for a week, and then the next week I do it all over again. Now you can do this with any stock that's on the market that has options. A lot of people like to do this with SPY or QQQ because these are typical bullish stocks. You know, when you're doing this, you have to buy those 100 shares. 100 shares of SPY is going to be about $74,000. So since you don't have $74,000, try to look for a cheaper stock, something like, I think I've seen another one that's cheap, TLRY or something like that. Yeah. Look for a cheaper stock. Look for a cheaper stock and buy these shares by 100. A good place to be with these shares that are cheaper are typically 800 and up. So, I mean, look at the power of this. Options, we're going in for another weekly contract. So, again, I do in the money because I get a higher premium when I do in the money or a higher reservation fee. So here's an in the money one. The current price is $4.49. I'm willing to go down for $3 with 100 shares per contract. Continue. Let's say I got 6 contracts. 6 contracts, I'm getting $785.76. Now that's just me going in for the market. If I go in for what I'm supposed to do, which is the mark price, and I put in $155 because that's my mark price, I am now getting $929. This is what I'm getting for my reservation fee. I'm not obligated to give this back to anybody because this is my fee for holding the contract until my expiration date. So regardless of if I get my shares back or if I get the monetary value back for my shares, I'm still going to always have that reservation fee because I'm putting this contract up. So that is what we're living off of. We're living off the reservation fee. The goal is to get as many contracts as you can. So you're going to have to do that by the 100. But each time you do that, you're building up more and more reservation fee for you to live off for the rest of the week. So 7 contracts, boom, $1,000. 8 contracts, $1,200. 9 contracts, $1,300. And it just keeps going up and up and up. And the great thing about this is that it literally does not take any type of, looking at the charts, brain skills, anything like that. All you're doing is mainly just pretty much, picking your same stock price. That's not changing. You know, you're looking for the same thing every week. You're going in with the stock price over here. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at my screen. You're looking at your stock price every week, going in over here, and then you're just picking your expiration date up here, and then you're picking your bid price. You could change your bid price so that it has a better way to get fulfilled. But I'm not really the guru yet on this. I just started this not even a month ago, just 3 weeks ago. But because it's been doing so well and I've been generating so much, I mean, the first month of me doing this, again, it's not even a full month. It's only been 3 weeks. I generated over $3,000 within the first month. So it's definitely something that I wanted to share because for me, it's been a lot more safer due to the market being so volatile, just to collect those premiums and not really care if I'm into a stock that I might lose a little bit of money because I know the premium is going to make up for that. Like, I'm okay with losing like $100 if I'm going to get a premium of $1,000, because the more and more and more I build on those shares, the more premium I'm going to get. So that's pretty much all I've been doing. I hope that this helps someone. If not, there are plenty of people on YouTube because that's where I learned from. So that's where I would suggest you go. Just go to your YouTube search engine bar and type in selling covered calls or covered calls, something along the lines of that, and that will give you more of a tutorial. But if not, I really hope again that this helps someone so that you can understand the process. I will continue to share my journey. I do want to put a video of a full month of earnings. Since last month technically wasn't a full month, I don't know if I'm going to put that up. I could just put up the 3 weeks that I did, but going into August, I do plan to have a full video to show people how powerful this is, especially when you compound and you're just boom, 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 putting money in back to back. You would be surprised how quickly this account can grow and how quickly you can become financial free. So again, thank you for listening to me rant and checking out what I'm doing. Talk to you soon. Peace.